Hi, I'm Deborah and I have a fabulously easy and delicious chicken noodle soup recipe for your Instant Pot. Everybody needs a go-to chicken noodle soup recipe, and I've got one for you for your Instant Pot that is going to be a winner every time. So stay tuned and let's show you how to make this delicious chicken noodle soup. Today we are making an Instant Pot chicken noodle soup. This is so easy and it's so quick. You only need a few ingredients. So I've got about 2 pounds of chicken. I happen to have tenders in my fridge, so that's what I'm using, chicken tenders. But you could use breasts or whatever you've got. Some onion, some carrot, salt and pepper, and chicken broth or stock. And of course, pasta of your choice, the noodles. And then that's it. We're gonna get going right now. Oh, and a smidge of garlic, if you like it. If you don't have it on hand, you can skip the garlic. So we're gonna start by making a sofrito, which is an oil with the onion and the vegetables and the garlic for the first step. So we're gonna go to, let's move our chicken. We're gonna go to saute. And I'm gonna hit start. I cannot tell you how many times that I think I'm getting hot in the pot and I've never hit start. I still do it. I did it yesterday. It's crazy. Don't forget to hit start. All right, and so as soon as that is ready, we're gonna add our oil, our onion, our carrot, and our garlic. I've made it without garlic as well, also delicious. So let's get that going. I'm gonna add just a couple of tablespoons of oil at the most, even maybe like one. You just need enough to coat your onions and get the oil flavored. We're not gonna cook everything all the way through. The pressurizing will take care of most of that for us. We're just gonna get it started on the saute. This is a quick part of it. Then we'll just dump everything in there, get it going, and go take care of other things while the Instant Pot does its job. Okay, I'm gonna start by adding my carrots and onion. Once I hear that oil telling me it's ready. You want to use an oil that can handle the heat, otherwise you'll get some nice pops. So a higher threshold heat oil is better for something like this, not like an extra virgin olive oil. Okay. How much onion and carrots am I using? It's a good question. It's about a little less than 1 large onion and 2 big carrots. But this is one of those recipes that you really don't need to measure. You just put what you and your family like. So the onions and the carrots are gonna get really, really tender with this, so they'll cook down quite a bit. But I still like to start with smaller bites. I don't wanna have big bites in soups of anything really. So everything that goes in is gonna be small. And we're not gonna worry about the carrots getting tender here. We just wanna get the sofrito going. Today, I'm gonna throw some garlic in, but again, if you don't have it, don't let that keep you from making this. You can make it perfectly delicious without it. I'm using probably about a teaspoon of minced garlic at the most here. We don't want the garlic to burn. So I'll just stir that for a little bit, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, so once your onions are cooked down a little bit, it'll be time to get going. So we're gonna turn off the saute feature, which by the way, I am sauteing on medium right now. So I'm gonna hit cancel so that heat stops. And then we'll add everything else and we'll be pretty much done. All right, let's get the chicken in there. Again, this is about 2 pounds. I've doubled this before. I've used twice that. It was a lot of chicken, but it turned out fine. So if you've got to get through some chicken and need to get it cooked, throw it in here. And I've got the saute off, but it is still nice and hot, so I'm just kind of tossing the chicken in there with the vegetables and letting it just get somewhat, I wouldn't say cooked, but kind of sealed while that pot is hot. For this chicken noodle soup, you can use all chicken stock or chicken broth with no extra water. I do half and half to make it stretch a little bit, and it also tastes delicious just the way it is. I'm gonna use 4 cups of this chicken stock and 4 cups of water. But you can do it all, the stock if you want, if you have it on hand. It's nice to have options because we don't always have everything in our pantry ready to go, and when you can work with certain recipes in multiple ways, it makes it a lot easier to get dinner going without stress. So there's my 4 cups of stock, and we're gonna add 4 cups of water. Okay, and then I'm gonna scrape down the sides so that everything is under the liquid there. And I'm also going to just make sure I don't have any bits stuck to the bottom, because by feeling it, as long as it feels smooth to the tip of my spoon, because that gives you that dreaded burn signal. But nope, everything's nice and smooth there, ready to go. All right, and then throw in that little salt and pepper. Smells good. Okay. All right, so that is all in. We are now just going to set this to the meat stew setting. There we go. Meat and stew. You want to, this is gonna, the default I believe is 35 minutes, at least on the Ultra it is. Just make sure you're at 20. So you're gonna set it to 20 minutes on high. You can also do that on the manual. And then just hit start. Make sure you're in a sealed position. So we're in sealed. We're going for 20 minutes. It's gonna take about 10 minutes to preheat, 20 minutes on pressure, and then we'll check it out. Once the pressurizing is done and you've done your quick release, we're gonna open it back up. And now it's time to add the pasta. You could also cook the pasta on the side and just serve it over, but I think the flavor is gonna be worth it to do it this way. So I'm using a standard Italian pasta. It's not an egg noodle. It's not a wheat pasta. It's just your standard. It'll say durum wheat. I don't want to add a whole lot because it's going to expand what's in there, and this is chicken noodle soup. It's not really a pasta dish, but you want the noodles in there. So about, I think if you're going to pull out measurements, you could do 100 or 200 grams, but about a handful, maybe 2 handfuls of a short pasta, unless you like a longer pasta. There are no real rules here. Just use what you like. For this style pasta, you're gonna take the time it says, which for this one, I think is like 9 minutes. Yeah, and I'm gonna go on high manual pressure for half the time. So 9, I'm gonna, it's gonna be 4.5, I can't do that, I'm gonna round up to 5. Once you've added your pasta, just give it a gentle stir, make sure it's all mixed in there. Then, close her back up. If the ring is too hot, it may take a second before it lets you seal it back. Just make sure it doesn't go put itself back into a sealed position. Or, yeah, see, there it goes. Because if it's too hot and it's not inventing, it's gonna try to keep that pressure. So we're inventing, now it's shut. So I'm going again, half the time on high pressure because I'm using the standard Italian style pasta. So once you're set, you'll wanna make sure you're back in sealing position for the pasta to cook. Manual, and I'm already to 5 minutes, so I can leave it there, and it's on high. So here we go, and I'm gonna hit start. So this will take just an extra 5 minutes, and it will preheat very quickly because it's already nice and hot in there, so you're not gonna need to wait an extra 10 minutes to come to temperature. So this is gonna preheat very, very quickly. The 5 minutes is gonna fly by. This is the time when you wanna get the table ready to go, start getting everybody ready for dinner. We'll check back with this as soon as the pasta's done and see how it turns out. Okay, so we are done. The pasta is done cooking. I'm gonna go ahead and vent it. And we're set. Let's check it out. So you can shred the chicken right on inside the pot. It's so tender, it just kind of falls apart on its own. So that you don't have big, big bites of chicken. Just kind of mixing it takes care of it. This is great. I'm gonna put some in and just go ahead and shred a little bit. If I stir it around a little bit, all this chicken is gonna shred just beautifully. But just to show y'all, I'll just go ahead and put it in here and shred it in the bowl. Okay, let's take a look. Ah! Look how easy that chicken just shreds. This is super hot. Look at that. And the carrots are so tender. Look how pretty. So pretty. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's give it a try. I'll try that a little bit. I'm gonna burn my mouth. Oh yeah, cutting this in half with the broth and the water and adding a little bit of salt still has a delicious flavor. I would make this for anyone. This is so good and so easy. So if you get to enjoy it and make it, comment below, let me know how you did. And in the meantime, enjoy your fun winter recipes. Don't forget to hit subscribe, ring the bell, and join us for next week's latest fall recipe. Thanks for joining. Catch you next time.